to be at my job now where I am, which is a very affluent white community, to get hired there, I still to this day I'm so grateful to have that opportunity because this place of all places, he made a non-traditional hire, which I mean my skills, I know my skills add up with anyone out there. It's just to actually get hired was like, wow, okay, I have another interview. Oh, this is great. Oh, I have another interview. Oh, you're gonna offer me the job? Like I was like in shock. I was like, what? You're really gonna hire me? Like, so I'm to this day, I'm still just like, I can't believe I'm working here. Like, I think that every day. Like, I'm looking at the horses. I'm looking at we have an airport landing strip across the street from our club for their private planes. I'm just like, I feel like I don't belong here. Like, this is because there's no one that looks like me here. We have no black members at our club, and we have like 200, at least like we have like 200 memberships at our club, and there's like no black members. So I feel so I'm just like, but this is so typical of me though. Like been in the country club since he's 10. I've always been like that token black guy. Like even at thinking about when I worked up there was no, I mean other than Lisa, yeah, it was like Lisa and myself. Like who else was looking like us up there? Like nobody. So like working at the club, and so it was just like it was, yeah, like so I notice things. I don't think about, I notice them, then I just kind of forget about it because what's the point of like, yeah, I'm not gonna think about, well, hey, I'm the only black person here. Like I notice it, sure, but then I just kind of move on, and that's that. So so yeah, that's that. They were skeptical in the beginning. I think this, but I also don't. So the difference with me is, and what you see on TV is like now everything is thought of as racist. Oh no, that's racist. Oh no, he's racist. She's racist. You see these videos, but in my the only time I'll go to that point is, okay, if I have all the qualifications and you still don't hire me, okay, now that's obviously something different that we need to talk about because that's more of a black white or whatever it's the image you're looking for. Where I have lost job. Yeah, I mean I have lost a job before because it was me and one other guy who he had less qualifications for me, but he had the look they were going for me, and that's confirmed. Like I don't do any if it's facts, then I say it. But if it's something like in the middle and it could be either way, then I don't then that's the way I listen to that. But I know for a fact it was me and one other guy who was blonde hair, blue eyes. His qualifications were nowhere what I had. I had like twice the resume he had because I knew who he was, and I was actually a little bit younger than him. I mean, it was for a number two job, which so our everything was in my favor. When they hired the other guy, my director at my club was friendly with him, and he just told me, he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, he just had the look we were going for, which I know what that's code for. So so it's not. So am I gonna be pissed off and infuriated? No, because there's nothing I can do. So I know I can only control what I can control. I mean, I can control, obviously keeping my USPTA certification up, my teaching skills sharp, my game sharp, and that's that. And let the chips fall where they may. Hopefully, I get opportunities. If they don't, that's just how things are. In the country club, yeah, you're gonna hire a middle-aged white male. Same thing with the country. I'm a director of golf. I mean, there's no real black golf directors. And at the same time, if you look at the big picture, women don't really have it a whole lot better either. So I mean, women directors of golf are hard to come by. But black directors down in here in this area, there's only so many of them here. So I mean, there's five. Two of those five are at smaller 55 and older communities where the salary is maybe like 30 grand. It's just a morning job. So it's just, yeah, so it's hard. And then, I mean, growing up, I mean, the next generation of directors, let's say it's not really it's expensive. Tennis is expensive. And if you want to learn in the Hamptons or you want to learn down here, well, that's kind of where, in my opinion, if things are ever going to change, because you cannot, I agree 100%, you cannot implement rules and laws that, it's not, to me, it's not the right way. Okay, you have to make laws that this person, black people have to have this and have that. Because in my opinion, I mean, I believe it's fact, but basically, if things are going to change, it has to change first with us as a culture. So like tennis is not a black culture. Like that's not what we historically have never been into tennis, or And so I mean, unfortunately we always gravitate towards it's basketball, it's football. If you look at baseball, we don't have many black. I mean, there are some black players, but a lot of are more Dominican. So the things that we kind of value are not, financial jobs. We don't really value stuff like that. So for some reason, our culture is we're into hip hop. We don't do golf. We don't do tennis. We do so the hip hop music I think definitely doesn't do us any favors, because if you listen to the music, so much of it is about like, living by the street code and not snitching and not doing this and doing that. And yeah, I mean, hip hop is fun if you can separate the two. I mean, I like hip hop music, but I'm not out there with my pants sagging and thinking I'm the hardest one in the streets and stuff like that, because that's how you get street credibility and stuff. So that I think definitely the music I think is playing a good part of keeping our culture down, if you want to call it that, because there's a lot of kids that, if they are, if they're growing up in a certain region or area, they listen to that stuff and think that, oh, street life, they're not gonna hustle and not gonna be hard and do this and do that, and they try to live that way, and it's like, yeah, you want to spend $150 on a pair of shoes, and it's just, yeah. So the things that we value, I think, as a culture can help into your restaurant. So I basically, that's basically, because I think like I have the mentality of 70 years ago basically in my head from my dad. So if I'm walking in Publix, like anywhere I am, like I'm just like, hey, it's okay, I'm just passing by. It's all right, I'm fine. I'm not gonna rob you. I'm not gonna grab your purse. Like, I'm not gonna rob you. Like, so yeah, that's never gonna change with me, man. But that's to me. So that's gotten me to this. I'll call my life a success. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm definitely calling myself a success because I've gotten to a decent spot and lots of respect from people, and they don't mind me, coming to their house or going to their wedding or going to the Hamptons or going to teach their kids, staying at their house up in Connecticut or whatever, New Jersey. Um, so yeah, I think about that stuff all the time, man. Every day, everywhere I go. What are people gonna think about me? So it would be nice not to give a shit, but yeah, I don't. That's not gonna happen. I'm very, very conscious of what's out there about me.